All right, good morning, guys. Today we're looking at UBX here. It's looking pretty good. It ran up pretty high here, going from about 90 cents all the way up to just under $2. So quite a big runner here. I did most of that early in the pre-market. Looks like it's just been consolidating for the most part, making slowly higher highs here. So hopefully we see something good out of that. We have V here, kind of the same story. We had quite a bit of a run up here going from about 450 to 630. It looks like it's pretty close to that VWAP line. We're going to probably take a play on open on that. NEPT looks like more of a downgrade to me. It had a nice spike early in the morning going from $1.70 all the way up to 440. Came all the way back down and hasn't really moved since. So I'm not really sure we're going to be playing this, but and something might happen with it. We might run into a play with it. AEY here not looking too great either, as it is sitting pretty low. We are almost at that low of days, so if that happens, we might take a play and hope for a reversal on it. But it did go from a low here of $1.78 to a high of 210. Morning, Wiz. We got VLCN here. Was looking very good. Did take a nasty drop, stop me out on my pre-market trade here. Went down as low as 220. Could go lower on open, but we'll wait and see. I think it might actually pop back up. So we're gonna watch that one and V, because V's looking really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and start typing out the alert for V right now, and we're gonna see if this is something that's gonna be worth playing. Probably 580. We're gonna go for a 660 PT and then a 560 stop loss. So that was B with 3 E's. There we go. So we saw it go as high as 620 already, so that was pretty crazy. B, and typing in 3 E's is a pain. I like to complain about the little things in life, like having to add an extra letter. VLCN also looking good again, so I want to try VLCN again. VLCN. We're going to go for that 225 entry. We're going to go for 250 on it, and then a 2... Give it a 220 stop, I think. Let's give it a 218 stop. It's kind of a slightly bigger stop loss, but you know what? We kind of need that. Make that red, and then we'll go back to V here, which did take a nasty drop. Our stop loss is 560 there. We just about touched it. Let's see what happens here. Might bounce off the support. To get as high as 630 there, so I mean maybe you took some profits. That's 50 cents profit, so definitely a good position to be in. And then with VLC in here, we're almost at 240 already, so that's looking good as well. 225, we're almost at 240. We could take some profits here. 240, taking some profits. VLCN 240. Just to go ahead and secure some profits. It's looking good. Okay. So we go back to UBX, which is falling, NEPT, which is also falling, AEY falling, VLCN's looking good. SPRC is not doing anything. We're just going to go ahead and close that one down. VLCN 244, and we have V here bouncing up so close to that stop loss, literally like 2 cents off, and it bounced all the way up to 640. So if you haven't secured profit, please take some off the table. We're definitely high up on this. VLCN hitting PT right now. PT, VLCN. You can take some more here. You can wait a little longer. I feel like this is probably going to try and hit a high a day, so I don't want to take too much profit early on. I think that there's a good opportunity on the stock to really see this take off. So we'll leave it at that. Almost 260 here. 260, a little more inclined to take some profits, especially since we're hitting a resistance here. And then we'll see where it goes from there. Let me just check something quickly here. Just make sure my futures aren't going at the same time. Let's see. Let's go to our scanners. We've got what else popping up? We've got NEPT, LZ maybe. We can take a look at LZ. Not sure what that's going to do. Doesn't look very good. You never know, though. Can V do it a third time? It can probably do it a third time. I would say so. Yeah, V's looking very consistent here. We want to buy around that 570 and sell around 630. Right between these two support and resistance lines, actually. It's just kind of bouncing around. Same thing with VLCN. It's coming back down pretty hard now after hitting just at that resistance line there. So it might bounce off this 230 area. That could be another opportunity to jump in. I think 230 could be a little high, but I think I'm still going to try it. So 230, we're going to go for 259 again. We're going to go for a 222 stop, and then we'll leave it at that. We'll see what happens. Is this in the way on the thing? Oh, it's a little bit in the way. There we go. Sometimes screens overlap. VLCN. We'll see about that 230 there. Whoa. There we go. LZ is not something we're going to be playing, so we can take a look at something else maybe. We've got LRMR. Lermer. Lermer's not looking good, so we'll move on from that. We got NLTX. Also not looking great. ABSI. Well, I mean, it's looking okay. The range is kind of slim, though, so far, so not too sure about that. VLC is looking very good, dropping down to 235, moving its way back up to 250 here. Again, this is a good range. This is a really solid range. We could take profit at 250, 20 cents profit, $2 stock. We're winning hard on this, so make sure you're taking some profits. Is V halted? I would say yes. And yes, we definitely hit our PT, a little bit past it. We're at 680 on it. Let's see here. VLCN's looking okay. UBX might turn around here. Our range here is 188 to 163, so 20 cents or just about 20 cents. Looking okay with that range. ABSI not really doing a whole lot. I kind of like what we're playing here with VLCN and V so far. These two are looking good. I don't really see the need to push it on other stocks right now unless something really good pops up, but I'll keep an eye out. We got Turn popping up, and Turn is looking very good, going from 250. We're going to be looking at getting into a halt on this, it looks like, so I kind of want to jump in on it. Unless it's already halted. It is not already halted. I'm going to try a risky play here on Turn. Probably going to be trying to get in around 320. We're going to go for about a 350 PT, and then a 310 stop. All right, so we're past PT already. I actually thought it was going to halt before it did that, but it did not. That was actually a really crazy candle there, so that's PT on Turn. We can take some profits here, 360. Just, I'm even struggling to keep up with the tracker right now while I'm doing this. This is becoming a little bit much. Okay. There we go. Fix the mistakes. All put together. Turn could keep going here. It could end up halting up. So I kind of want to leave a runner in here, and we'll see what happens with that. VLCN's down quite a bit. We got that 230 entry if you were waiting on it. If you weren't waiting on it, then you probably got 235 to 250. I probably took some profits on it. We're still waiting for V to unhalt. Turn all the way back down to that 320 area. Yeah, it did do that hover, not halt thing. I know what you mean. We get that a lot, actually. That's why I left a little bit in because you never really know, but I get what you mean. I see it a lot too, where something looks like it's going to halt and then it doesn't. It's like a fake out, and it tricks people into selling or something. NVTA again, eh? Heard a lot of people are making some money on it the other day. Yesterday? Was that yesterday? In any case, we're stopping out on the runner on Turn here, but it does look half decent at that $3 range, so I kind of want to jump back in on Turn. $3. We're going to go for 350. And then just a 290 stop loss. 290s were real close. Basically, you're just going to give it 10 cents. We're hoping to see another massive turn up on this. If we do happen to see that, we will probably be fairly well in profits actually. Going from about $3 to 350 would be pretty nutty. We're almost at, we just passed 320. I kind of want to take some profits here. I'm just hitting all the wrong buttons here. Taking some profits on turn 325 ish. Just to secure some, because this could come back down into our stop very easily. We have that kind of volatility. VLCN not looking too great here. Sitting around that entry, but it could fall. If it bounces off the support, great. If it falls through the support, could be in trouble. V should be unhalting here pretty quick. Hopefully on the upside of it, but you never really know. Turn saying 323, we've got VLCN saying 230. So we're looking okay on these things. NVTA, let's take a look at NVTA. Oops, NVTA. Yep, that one's looking pretty good too, going from $4.40 to $5. Pretty decent range. I wouldn't say it's a huge range, but definitely good enough. Turn looking like it's coming back down to about $3 here. Still waiting for V to unhalt. UBX is at the 200. It is at the 200, so this is usually a really good opportunity. It is very overextend on that MACD right now. I think that you're probably onto something here with that because this could turn around from this point. So let's go UBX, $1.56 maybe. We're gonna aim for $1.75 with a $1.50, $1.52 stop. That's what we're gonna do. $1.52 should give us the room we need without really breaking the bank there. We could probably give it a $1.51 stop if you really want to, but I don't see the point in that. If we start breaking down from that 200, I really don't think I want to be in on that. V did open up around 740, massive gains. Make sure you take some profits. Take profits on V around 730-ish. And it looks like it's on its way back down right now. So we might get a re-entry here. Maybe bounce off VWAP here at 620. So I want to probably send out an alert. V6 625 would be a decent place to get in. We're going to aim for $7 on it because we know it can hit that level, and we're going to give it a $6 stop. So we're going to give it 25 cents. Quite a bit of a stop here, but we do need that room below that VWAP, especially with volatility. We're going to get rid of this stop now. VLCN still struggling, did hit that bottom. Support area is bouncing off quite nicely. I think I might go for a full another entry because I only have 20% in the other trade, and we're in a good spot to do so. So I am going to go VLCN again here. 225. We're going to go for 250 on it with a maybe a 220. I'll give it a 218 stop again. Just keep the same stop. We're heading back up on VLCN already. Got in a little higher than I wanted to, but that's okay, because this looks like it's going to be good. Almost 10 cents in profit already anyway. I'm going to take some quick profits on it. Taking some quick profits on VLCN 240. Oh, not 240, 240. So we want to make sure that we're getting around 10 cents on that. We just hit that 240 number. We might even get a little higher. That top end is closing in a little bit here, so that's what kind of concerns me. Turn not looking too bad. It has yet to stop us out. It does look like it's consolidating to move higher. Definitely looking good. And we have V, which is also looking very good. We were getting in around 625 or something like that. We did move back up quite dramatically after that, all the way to 730, which is much past where we were kind of aiming for on V, because we were looking for about $7. So even if you took that later entry, you definitely ended up making the same ratio. So just keep that in mind. I can say V taking some profits around 720-ish. I really don't like typing in E 3 times. I feel like that was just not really needed. Actually, kind of want to see if V is just a ticker. It probably is. That's probably why they took V with 3 E's. Yeah, it is. It's a boring one, too. AEY actually made quite the recovery here. We weren't really watching it. Went from $1.70 all the way up to $2. NEPT not doing anything, so we're going to close that down. UBX still holding that 200 EMA, has yet to really move much of anywhere. But it is what it is. Maybe it'll move up. Turns looking okay. We've got VLCN almost hitting that 250 area, which is where we want to be. So just about PT on VLCN. And taking some more profits at 250. Waiting to send it out, but I'm taking some profits now. I was trying to send out the PT at the same time, but I feel like I'm not going to be able to do that. So I'm just going to type it in as an update to take profits. V also still looking good, hitting back up to that 718 area. UBX at 160 now, bouncing quite nicely. NVTA looking good as well, up to 555. Turn still kind of losing its volume, not really going anywhere. I still have a runner in turn, so I'm kind of holding on a little bit here, but nothing too crazy. VLCN down to 240 here. We did see that drop down to 234. If we get that back down to 230, I'll be looking for another entry on it, most likely. It really depends. It really depends if I'm actually already in or not. If it's moving fast and I feel like my only opportunity is going to be to get in right now, I'll get in before I type out the alert. If I think it's moving slower or I'm waiting for a slightly better entry, sometimes I'll send out the alert and then start looking for that entry. It really depends on the situation. If I'm catching something that's like a high momentum and already running, generally I'm entering before I make the call. I got to make sure I make money too. VLCN just passed PT here at 255, so that is in fact PT now. VLCN. I think it's actually going to go higher as well. We could take some profits at 259 area again. That's PT on that other runner that we had. Because our last one here, where was it? 250. Yeah, we were looking for 259 on the other one. So we still have a runner at looking at 259. We're at 165 on UBX here. Not bad. I actually forgot to put that in the ledger. I'll do that right now. We could take some profits at 165. I'm pretty comfortable with that. Taking some profits. UBX 165. Because we're pretty much up 10 cents. Okay, we're definitely up 66, or not 66 cents, 10 cents here at 167. So turn made a nice move up to 348. Good place to take some extra profits here. 348. I think I said 248, but I meant 3. VLCN also looks like it didn't quite hit that 259 area. It is coming back down a little bit, and V is also coming down. We might get a re-entry here at 638. And VTA is going to go, yeah. So we're basically, at this point, we want this to hit 259, 258, 259. That's PT on that other trade we had. So we kind of confusing because we didn't actually hit PT on the first one, but we took profits. So we opened up a second one. We saw the opportunity, but now we're hitting PT on the first one and already hit PT on the second one. VLCN on the first trade. Well, I think technically it was the third trade because we've taken it 4 times now. One was pre-market. So kind of confusing, but yeah, I guess opening up that many positions on the same thing is kind of confusing. In any case, looking good there. We're making some money. Turns on its way back down here after hitting 347. V all the way down to that VWAP. We could take this as a trade. That massive drop kind of worries me. We'd be catching a knife here, and I'm going to do it anyway, I think. So I'm going to go for, I guess, about a 635 entry, but you know how it goes. Sometimes we don't quite get that. We're going to aim for $7 again, and then we're going to go for a 6. I think I'm okay with like a 610 stop. That gives me 25 cents. Yeah, I'll go 610. So you're aiming for about a 20-cent stop loss from wherever you do get in. That's V. So I got around 640. So my stop loss is actually going to be about 620. I'll put that in there. But I'm moving things around and I don't mean to. Because that's actually just a giant green candle. I don't know why I'm struggling with the stop loss. Anyways, we hit $7 already. So that is, in fact, PT on V again. Because this is just bouncing around and easily taking some profits at 7, 10-ish. Just like, look at that massive candle. We literally just got entry, and the candle's like, yeah, all right, going back to $7. Love days like this. Super easy money. 630, where it's, or 730, where it's 730. Okay, taking some profits. We have a little bit left in V. I'm not really too concerned with it breaking into a new high. I just like it definitely could, but I think it's going to do this. I think it's just going to keep coming down, keep going back up, and we're going to keep scalping it for 50, 60, 70 cents, which is great. Definitely great. We hit 263 on VLC, and it looks like it's probably going to be on its way back down. I'm expecting to try to get in around 240 this time. We'll probably see it move back up. We did see UBX come back down to that 200 EMA. It will be on its way back up. NVTA is still going. Looks like it hit a small pullback here. 590 down to, okay, not a small one. Pretty decent size pullback, actually. VLCN's back up close to $6. V's back under 7. Turn hitting 315 here. This is right at VWAP. If it holds, we might be looking at a re-entry on turn. I think I might do it. I think I might just jump in on turn here. Turn 315. We're going to go for 340 and then a 305 stop. So we're just going to give it a fairly tight stop. 305. Let's see if this takes off for us. VLCN is still staying up really high. We have a runner in 2 of the trades on this, so we might be looking to close those out around maybe 270. V690, we're looking to get back in around 645 and bring it back up to about $7. We'll see how that goes. Turn already looking good for us. UBX still kind of hovering around that 200 EMA. AUY, I don't know what the stock is doing. It doesn't really look like it's holding too much of a pattern. It did bounce off this bottom support and looks like it's on its way back up. I think we have enough going on. We don't really have to worry about that. Turn's already at 330. We'll take some profits there. 335, good enough. We're pretty close to that PT, weren't we aiming? Yeah, we're aiming for 340, so we're already pretty close. We're supposed to be aiming 340 here pretty quickly. Top band's kind of close, so I'm not anticipating maybe quite hitting it or not too much past it unless we see a curl up here. All right, so there's PT, turn, X take profit, probably around 350. VLCN still hovering. We have V on its way back up. VLCN, we're still waiting on this to either break into a new high and hit that 270 area so we can start closing out runners, or coming back down to that 230 area so we could think about maybe a re-entry. IQDA, we can take a look at that. Is that IQ? DA, or is it LQ? DA. Probably LQDA. It's kind of spotty on the volume. If this is the stock you were referring to, it's kind of spotty on the volume and price action, so I don't think I really want to touch that quite yet. Look at that candle on AEY. I just saw this price go from 185 to like $2. UBX breaking down. Hitting stop on the runner. Turn back down a little bit here. If we get back down to about 315, we could be looking at a re-entry. VLCN just breaking into a new high there, 264. V down a little bit. More concerned with turn here as it is coming back down. I want to make sure we get that re-entry if it looks good. I'm going to start typing it out. Turn 315, 340, and a 305 stop. Just going to say we're waiting for close to 315 for entry because I would like to find a way to send these alerts out ahead of time, but it's kind of difficult sometimes because I'll say a number and then like it just doesn't really look like it's going there, so I'll just jump in and then it ends up that like, you know, I'm just telling you guys I'm jumping in and I forget to tell everyone else who's not in the chat. I'd like to give them as much opportunity as I can. V looks like it's probably going to break into a new high here. Bullish candles there. Bearish candle on VLCN so far. This is good for us because we definitely want to try and get a re-entry, but I think this is going to be a longer term bounce here. I think this is likely to come back down for a major pullback, so I think we leave it for a little bit. Turn getting close to that entry there, 315 right here. Same stop as before, 305. Entered, turn, 315. Already at 325, that's 10 cents profit, gonna take some profit. Taking some profit on turn, 325. That's all it takes, just one like volatile candle and we already have some profit on the table. VLCN down quite a bit here. That was that big pullback I was talking about. I don't think it's done yet. I think it could possibly come down to maybe 235. V still looking good. We'll see what turn has in store for us. LQDA looks like volume's a little more consistent. We've seen some more consistent price action in the last couple candles. We just need a little bit more, and maybe we can think about taking a play. NVTA, this could be a potential turnaround. That last candle's looking kind of bearish right now, so I'm not quite sure about it yet, but the opportunity could definitely be there. VLCN looks like it bounced back up quite a bit too. Very volatile, this stock. I think we just jump back in where we can. VLCN, I'd like to get in 240. Honestly, I'd like to get in lower, but 240 would be an okay number, I guess. We're going to aim for 260 on it with a 234 stop. So we're going to give it a fairly tight stop. Doesn't actually look all that tight, but it definitely can be. And we're still waiting. I do like NVTA. It's got lots and lots of volume behind it. We do want to see some sort of curl up here eventually, either with candles or MACD, or potentially both would be the best idea. B down a little bit. We've got turn hitting as high as 336 there, not quite 340 yet. We shall see. NVTA still not curling up. LQDA still running. Turn staying at 330. I think 340 is right around the corner on this. I don't think we have too long to wait. Yeah, the runner did stop. UBX coming back up. I'm not sure I want to touch this just because this is sitting below the 200 now, so we'll just leave that be. V looking like a potential re-entry here down here at 660-ish. So I want to go back in on V, 660. We're going to aim for 730 and then a 640 stop. So we're going to give it a fairly tight stop. I know 640 is not the best area, but we are below that VWAP, which is the most important part of 642. One. There we go, 640. And we can get rid of some of these stop lines because they're not really needed anymore. And we'll see from there. VLCN staying at 250. Not really worth taking profits yet. Got in a little high, 244. So we'll see. Let's see where this goes. V. And we've got NVTA. All right, so we are seeing that curl up on NVTA. So this is kind of what we want to see. NVTA. We'll go for a 520 entry. If you can get lower, even better. We're going to go for 550 and probably just a $5 stop. So we're going to give it 20 cents. We kind of need to give it that room. In fact, I'd like to get in a little lower. Okay, well, we're going to be getting in a little lower, so I'm not too worried about it now. But NVTA, yeah, we'll get in here at 512. That gives me the room that I wanted. So at 512, we can move this down to probably like 495. You could go lower if you want to, but 495 is where I'm comfortable with the stop. That's kind of where I wanted it to be. So I'm happy that it dropped down a little bit to give us a slightly better entry there. Turned down to 315 here. VLCN kind of dropping back down to that entry area, 245. V still kind of struggling. We saw it 660 a couple times here. Looks like it should start to move up. These are actually bullish candles, even though they're red. So just hang on and we'll see this start to move back up here shortly. NVTA still looking decent. Nice curl up so far. MACD very sharp. Turn on its way back up here shortly. Could take another entry at 315 if you want to. MACD is just crossing that 0 threshold, so I will not be touching it yet. I've got a runner in it, and that's good enough for me. I don't want to risk extra on something that looks like it could go negative. VLCN on its way back up. V hitting that 660. So if you missed that entry before, or we're waiting for exactly 660 or below, you can now get in. VLCN's looking okay. Turns looking okay. We are at that 7 o'clock time frame. So this is about the time where things start to slow down, and we're probably going to see that. I'll look for more secure entries. NVTA could continue its breakdown here, but again, these are still looking fairly bullish, all three of these, so I think it's still going to end up moving up. Turn might break down, but I feel like 305 would be a pretty harsh drop. VLCN's up to 255. We could take some profits here. We are above 10 cents profit at 255. So taking some profit on VLCN 255. Okay. V still hitting 660, bearish candle, not looking good. Hopefully we bounce off VWAP. If we don't, might go for a quicker exit. We've got turn here. Turn here, looking like it's hitting stop on the runner. We saw that MACD break down a little bit here, so I'm not too concerned with taking another play on this right now until we see some sort of curl up on this. We could see this. This is very bullish that it's bouncing back up like that. That Bollinger Band is retracing, so I mean, it'd be a really risky entry to jump in right now, but it could be pretty profitable too. I myself do not feel like that, and we are stopping out on V because that did drop down very hard, very fast. Didn't even have a chance to exit it even quicker because, unfortunately, with that fast drop, I wasn't really watching. VLCN's looking good though, back at 255. NVTA paying off right now. We're at 530 from our entry there at 512. Not quite an area, maybe 535. I'll start thinking about taking some profits. We might get rejected here at VWAP though, so this might, you know what, it would be a smart idea to just secure some. So we're going to secure some profits on NVTA because we are hitting that resistance area and we want to make sure that we're walking away with something at least. Okay. Let's see this hit a new high here. There's 530, 533, 534. VLCN still looking decent. We did hit 257 there on VLCN. I think we were aiming for what were we aiming for? 260, that's what it was. Yeah, very close to 260. I think that's definitely still doable. Turn, still struggling. I think we're getting close to an entry. We're seeing that MACD start to curl. This could be good. I think I am going to go for a turn play here. 305 entry. We're going to go for a 320 PT and then a 295 stop loss. Now let's give it a 297 stop loss. Right there. So we'll have to break a new low to stop out. Turn. Right at 305. All right. VLCN still staying around 250. V looks like it might curl up from here. We can get rid of that now. Looks like it's bouncing off that bottom line. MACD starting to curl. I think I'm going to try. Actually, first I have to call the stop on V because I don't think I ever did that. But now we can re-enter V. We're probably going to go for a 630 entry to a 6. Maybe we'll just try for 690, but I think $7 should be pretty easy, and then probably just a 610 stop. Actually, you know what? We could probably go higher because I don't really think it's going to go. Let's go 620. I don't think it should go much lower than the support line, so we're going to go with a 620. And we'll see if this can really take off here. VLCN just hitting that 260 area. That's PT. VLCN taking profits, 262. All right, let's see if we can break into a new high here. That would be great. Turn all the way up to 317. We saw it hit a high there, 319, which is very, very close to where we want it to be. So we can go ahead and take some profit on turn 325, and that's PT. Okay. So that's looking pretty decent. We are seeing some sort of partial rejection here, but I'm sure it'll come back up. V's looking good. We're already at 660 here. We can start to think about taking some profits on V. Taking some profits on V, 660-ish. Might get higher, but I mean, 660 is good. We're getting about 30 cents profit there. $670, $690. There we go. That's PT. $7. That is PT on V. We're past PT by a little bit here already. So we'll leave a runner. We'll see where this goes. Taking some profits around that $7 mark. I feel like we're raking in the money today. You're all out of NVTA. Yeah, that drop was pretty harsh. We hit 540. So that's pretty good. I don't know, for whatever reason today, I just feel like we're making a ton of money here. Turn hits that 320 area again, still looking good. We did have an entry opportunity there at 305 again on the drop, but I missed it, unfortunately. We're at 740. Definitely take some profits on V at 740. We're up huge on this. Taking some more profit on V, 740. feel like I should be saying like V, since it's a lot of E's, but that's annoying. VLCN's down quite a bit here, right at that VWAP line, but that MACD is right zero threshold as well, so we're going to just stay out of it for the time being, because if that falls through, that'll take a nasty drop pretty quick here, and we don't want to be in on that. Turns at 328 here, almost 330. You can take more, 335, gonna take some more profits. Was gonna say 330 is pretty close to 325 we took profits to before, but when we hit 335, that's already 10 cents more. So definitely secure some more profits there. V's back up to that 730, 740 area. So keep in mind this could break into a new high here pretty quick and start running. So just keep an eye on it in case it does that. NVTA all the way down. If you're still in NVTA, I would really consider just taking the exit. This was a pretty nasty drop, especially if it breaks into a new low like it is right now. LQDA has had pretty consistent volume. It's been looking pretty decent, but I don't really see a whole lot of opportunity to jump in and make a ton of money off it, so I'm just going to leave it be. We do have VLCN dropping on that MACD. Did take a sharp drop past that VWAP as well. We'll be waiting for that curl up before we re-enter on VLCN. $7.18, that is atrocious. Jackal, why are you still on Fidelity, man? Come on. You could be making so much more money. You're better than that, Jackal. Yeah, that definitely takes a little bit of time, and it's going to take some time to get faster at it too. And there's, setting up hotkeys properly that helps. Having direct market access broker helps. All that kind of stuff. All the things Jackal's not doing, basically. No worries, man. It's true they are direct market access. Okay, you got one of the two big ones. So, I mean, that's more than some people have. Some people are still using I mean, at least I hope people aren't using something like Robinhood, but I think there's probably someone somewhere still using Robinhood. Turn all the way down. So if you were still holding past that 335 area, it's looking like we're back in negative on that MACD and it might drop down further. We don't even need a stop here right now. Or Wealthsimple, yeah, some people are on Wealthsimple. TradeZero is not bad. Yeah, TradeZero is decent. I was actually going to open an account with them. I've just been really lazy lately. But I was going to open an account with them and check them out because they're back to being available for Canadians now. And their fees aren't terrible. VLCN still waiting on that curl up. V still up pretty high. IBKR is great for small accounts because the fees are structured so that it always matches your account size. But once you get a really big account, I find that it could be a little bit of a pain, and you're almost better off switching back to Questrade if you have a big account. Except that Questrade kind of sucks. For TradeZero, it's no fees. Weird. I thought. Oh, are you using limit orders though? Because I think market orders have ECN fees, and I think they also charge for market orders. In any case, it really does depend how you trade. We saw turn move back up to 310 here. This could be a bullish move. It does look half decent, so I think I am actually going to jump back in on turn here one last time, I think. Turn, we're going to go for a $3 entry. We're going to go for 320 and then just I'm still 295 stop out. I really don't want to give this a lot of room. We don't need it. If it starts to break into that 295 territory, we want to be out. $8. That's not bad. That's definitely not bad. Are you using market orders or limit orders? Because sometimes I get hit with ECN fees. It's not like super often or anything, but I think it depends what I'm playing. Not sure how. Well, you know, in any case, as long as you're making money, it doesn't even matter if you really know how you're doing it, as long as you're consistently doing it. That's the important part, is actually making the money. VLCN looking all right here. This might be the curl up, so I think we could probably try a VLCN trade as well. VLCN, gonna go for a 235 entry. We're gonna go for 250 BT and A2. Let's give it a 230 stop, I think. Move this down to 230. So we got into turn, VLCN. $3 on turn. We're at 296 currently, not looking good. 295. All right, so we're stopping out on turn. That's honestly okay. I was kind of iffy about it to begin with. That's why we had that tight stop. VLCN, right? Okay, so I guess we're getting our entry here, 228. Even though this doesn't look like a curl up, I'm still going to enter. We'll see what happens. At 228, we could probably afford like a 224 stop. Oh, that's right on that line too. That's going to be hard to see, but that's okay. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Enter. Whoa, that's all caps. Enter 224 on. Wait, not 224. 228. 228 on VLCN. 224 SL. And we'll see what happens there. If you're switching to IBKR, it's definitely not something that you're gonna figure out in the next like 5 minutes. It takes a little bit of time because IBKR is definitely a big pain in the ass. It's definitely not the easiest brokerage to set up. For the quick trades, you probably just want market buy and market sell. I think that's mainly what people use. Besides that, there's so many different ways you can do it. It depends on like what kind of position sizes you're playing. You could go with a dollar amount or a share amount if you really want to. I don't really recommend doing the share amount per trade because it makes it really inconsistent with gains. Like, you know, if you pick 100 shares, 100 shares of VLCN is going to be very different from 100 shares of V. Yeah, we have lots of files around the Discord with like the layouts for IBKR. I've got one too. I could probably just post in here. I don't really know where it is. It's not even on my desktop right now. I'll grab it though. Yeah, it's in one of my file systems. Yeah, V's just going. We have a runner in there. I kind of want to take it out $8, but I don't know if we're gonna hit that. So haven't really decided yet. We did hit 780 though, and that's pretty good. What did we get in on V at? 630? Yeah, that's pretty good. We'll take a little bit out around that 780 mark, I think. Taking some out around 780. Yeah, so if you're using, so here's the thing though, right? If you're using limit orders, you're risking not getting filled. But that risk of not getting filled comes with the security that if you do get filled, it's going to be at the price that you expect to get filled at. If you're using market orders, it takes a little bit more skill because you also have to be watching the spread and the ladder, stuff like that, to make sure that you know that the spread isn't like massive and you're going to get like within a certain range. So there's a couple ways you can do it. Market orders guarantee that you get filled, but you're not really going to know where you get filled until you do. And then you can limit order, but that's with the chance that you may not get into the play. And if you are going to market order, I would suggest not doing it on TD Ameritrade because they say they're direct market access, but they're just sometimes they get real crap fills for whatever reason. Yeah, exactly, because that's where all the people are trying to get out, and that's where you're trying to get in. Yeah, it is hard. And then the other way you can do it is you can do limit orders with an offset, which you know that helps a little bit. I wish that it allowed you to do a percentage offset It might actually let you do that. I haven't looked into it. I'm just saying I wish because I haven't actually looked. But if it does do that, I would go for a percentage over like a dollar amount because a dollar amounts just screw you up when you're playing with such a wide range of stocks. Like going from like a $2 stock or a $1 stock to a $10 stock, like if you have an offset of 3 cents on a dollar stock, that's 3%. Where, at $10, it's like so negligible, it's not going to fill you any better anyway. So the offset can help if it's set up right. VLCN's definitely dumping down to that 225 area, very close to that stop. Just zoom in a little bit so everyone can see. It should recover off this line. Hopefully I drew that line correctly. It looks like it is. So if I did, we should just bounce. V back to VWAP. Yeah, it is. Actually, that could be a good opportunity to buy back in. It is at that zero line on MACD. That's what we have to be careful of. So I want to see retracement before I buy in. Also, I'm not even really sure I want to buy back in. I feel like I'm kind of pushing my luck with V. We've had so many trades on V. I can't even count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're at 5 trades on V already. Turn, still heading down. VLCN bounced twice off. Well, yeah, just twice off of that 225 area. Still looking like it might fall through, but we're real close to that stop. $150 a day. That's pretty good, man. That's replacing some pretty good income right there. I guess that also kind of depends where you live, because taxes on day trading could be quite heavy. But in any case, consistency is definitely the key. Oh, you're on a cash account too. Yeah, that's pretty good for a cash account then. Definitely. Yeah, if you can consistently make about $150 a day, and that'll replace most jobs. Unless you're like in a really high paying job, of course, then you'll have to make like 200, $250 a day or something, but you'll get there either way, especially with consistency. That's the most important thing for sure. Damn, we should have taken that V trade. Went from 690 already up to 730. Still waiting on VLCN to actually do something here. Yeah, no worries, man. Got about 9 minutes left. We could take the V trade. I mean, there's still profits to be made here, but I don't know. For some reason, I just feel like I should leave it alone. VLCN, I also felt like I should leave it alone, but this one looks like it might actually work out. $690 was a good entry, yeah. Yeah, I was looking at that and I was like, yeah, because like you're low enough where you can definitely set a stop below the VWAP, so that's basically what we would be aiming for. So that looked like a pretty good area. But again, like, you know what, this is a bearish candle, that's a bearish candle, this is a bearish candle, this is also a bearish candle. So we're seeing a lot of bearish candles and we're just negative on that MACD. So this looks like it could just get stopped out on us. This looks like it could take another nasty drop. So VLCN, kind of the other way around. We're seeing a couple bullish candles. This one's bearish. This one's looking a little bearish too, but this one was pretty bullish. So, I mean, we're a little more bullish on VLCN than we are on V right now. Yeah, exactly. And that's what I was kind of going with on V2 is that, you know what, we see a lot of bearish candles here, so this definitely could take a drop back down to VWAP or VWAP. So we'll see. All right, what else we got? NVTA not doing anything. LQDA looks like it's pretty much tapped out at 690. Yeah, that was a terrible pun. I agree. Hey, we should have played this today too. It's just I had so much fun with VLCN and V that I totally didn't even pay attention to the stock, but there was good gains. Like this went from 180 up here to 220. Well, okay, you know what? That's not massive. It's decent. It's definitely decent, but not super massive. BLCN still sitting around that 230 mark. What did we get in on BLCN? Like basically 230. And we've got V here sitting about 730, but yeah, this looks like a reversal candle. So we had bearish, 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 reversal. Should be headed back down. Yeah, today was a good day for trading. This was a good Friday. I'm pleased with this Friday. We had a couple good trades. Lots of like very decent trades and then a couple really good trades. And very few stop outs. That's also definitely a bonus. Give it another couple minutes and we'll go through the money board, see where we're at. I don't think there's such thing as texting too much. If you talk too little, KSOS will give you shit, so just keep talking as much as you want to talk. We actually used to have a Telegram group for the mentorship program, but KSOS was giving me crap because everyone was talking in there and nobody was talking here. So yeah, we ended up moving it over here. So yeah, definitely talk as much as you want. It was a good little group, yeah. I mean, we still have it in the Discord, but I kind of liked the Telegram. It was just different. But with, when we broke the program up into three separate courses, it was too much material, and I would have had to have had like six different Telegram groups for the material and the chats and all of that stuff. And it was super complicated. And Discord does a good job of being able to break up little rooms and give people permissions to see whatever they need to see. And that worked better for this. I mean, once we go to the website or build our website with all the program stuff on there, it'll be different, and we might have a different way of communicating again. I'm not really sure what we're going to be doing with that because eventually I think we want to basically just be on the website and off Discord, but I think that's like years down the road. So it's kind of hard to say. 233 on BLCN, having a hard time breaking through this resistance. We're seeing wicks on top, not a good sign. This one's looking okay so far, but we do have only a couple minutes left. Yeah, exactly, Jack. Will you definitely be the first on the chopping block? Sometimes you just sit here and talk to yourself. It's actually funny, and you always make the meetings. I think there is once you missed a meeting, and another time you said you were going to miss the meeting and still showed up anyway. All green on V, nice. I'm thinking I might cut VLC, and I think we're pretty safe with the stop where it is, but you can never be too careful, and we do have like a couple cents profit, and I really don't want to end the day on a red trade. So I think I'm going to cut for small profits. Cutting VLCN for small profits. Okay. Yeah, V did come back down quite a bit, back down to that 690 area and back up. This does look very bullish now, I have to say. If you jump back in at 690 or you were in the original 690 area, you're looking pretty good. I think you're probably going to break into a new high here. Is that today or Saturday? That's a good question. I think we did it Friday last week, didn't we? Or was it Thursday last week? We did it on the 4th. So the 4th was Thursday. So technically I think that was the Friday meeting. So I think we do Saturday this week. Yeah, we'll just do Saturday this week. That makes sense. I think that makes sense anyway. Yeah, for our mentorship group, we have meetings every week to talk about anything that people are having issues with. Mostly it's just about coffee and jellyfish, though, I gotta say. Hopefully that's from people having a lack of problems. The loser today was turn for you. On the first momentum up, let's take a look. So like right around there, I guess. Or maybe right around here. I can't remember where we started playing. I think it was right after the first run up. Yeah, that V trade. Yeah, I told you, man, it was going up. After this candle here, anyway, once we saw it come back down close to view up, this would have been probably what I was looking for to re-enter on the trade. However, I wasn't really paying attention, and we were just about out of time anyway, so. But it looks like it could have been a very profitable trade, almost an entire. Actually, it would have just hit an entire dollar right there. Rough. Yeah, definitely rough. Well, you can't be a winner all the time, I guess. Yeah, that was happens to the best of us. It's always so hard to recover from that kind of stuff because it just like instantly makes you mad and you're like, damn it, now I have to FOMO into something else to make that money back. So, oops, I accidentally opened something there. We'll go over the money board here. We're at $14,425 for the day. That brings us up to 27K for the month. Today was a big day, definitely the biggest day of this month so far. That's 112% on the portfolio. That brings us up to a 72.9% average win rate, which is better. We actually, instead of shrinking our win rate today, we grew it, so that's good. 3 losses, 16 wins, not too bad. 162% in gains, so again, pretty good. That VLCN trade. I don't think this necessarily counts as a win, but it doesn't count as a loss either. We cut it with like 5 cents profit or something, which is it's okay. But I think it was probably a good call. I think VLCN, yeah, VLCN ended up dropping. Although it didn't hit that stop yet, so this could still be a decent winner. It's just I was out of time and didn't really want to play it. In any case, though, that's 162% for the day. Very few losers. Some big winners. We got V that first time around for 25%, a couple 13%, and a lot of above 10% wins actually, or just around 10% wins. A couple smaller wins from scalps that didn't go as good as I was hoping they would, or something like this turn where we took some profits and then ran the rest into the stop or something dumb like that. But in any case, we walked away some winners today. We're about halfway through the challenge now, with quite a few days of trading left. We're only on the 12th, so we have, at least another full 2 weeks of trading. We'll probably hit about 150, 200K. But yeah, other than that, I'm going to take off. Hopefully you guys have a good weekend, and I will see my students on Saturday, tomorrow. See you guys later. Take care.